Well, Pixar released Elio this weekend, and it did absolutely horrible. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how bad it did and some reasons why it didn't do well. But first, please like, subscribe, and share. Anything you can do will help my channel reach more people. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that bell icon so you can get my videos as soon as they drop. Yes, Pixar released Elio this weekend, and for those of you that don't know, the basic plot line is that a kid goes to space and he interacts with a whole bunch of different aliens. And the reason why you might not know is that Disney has done an absolutely crappy job of advertising the film. But more than that, Elio just shows something that's majorly wrong with Disney. They focus on some things, they don't focus on other things, and the ones that are not getting focused on fall through the cracks. You saw commercial after commercial for Snow White. You saw commercial after commercial for Lilo and Stitch. Heck, you're seeing a whole bunch of stuff for Avengers Doomsday, and that won't even be out for another 17 months. But you've barely seen anything for Elio. Now, I'm sure if you watch a bunch of children's shows, you probably saw some commercials, but the general public, they're not getting commercials for this film. And maybe it's just the fact that Disney doesn't actually care about this movie, or maybe that they pick certain ones that they want to focus on, other ones that they don't. But nonetheless, this is the red-headed stepchild of Disney for this year. Which is ironic because at least it had a chance of being good, because Snow White was bound to fail no matter what. Now, if you look at a Disney movie like Fantastic Four, that was going to make multiple hundreds of millions of dollars without any commercial backup. Of course, they've got popcorn buckets, they've got all the Marvel-based intros leading into it, even the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts was already being a commercial for Fantastic Four. But Elio is standing on its own, and Elio is falling on its own. If you want to know how bad it's doing, it made $22 million opening weekend. That's less than Toy Story made in 1995. Even with 30 years of extra inflation, it still made less than Toy Story. It made less than Onward, and Onward was going against literally COVID. So people just are not interested in this movie. And maybe it's the fact that Disney didn't give it enough commercials, or maybe it's the fact that people aren't interested in this plot. No matter what, Pixar is not the golden goose that they used to be. Now, will that be forever? Of course not. They have stuff like Toy Story 5, Incredibles 3. Really, Pixar these days is leaning on their ones that are successes and just printing out one more after another. Because their new films, they're not doing so great. Elemental didn't do so great. Luca didn't do so great. Yeah, Inside Out did good, but guess what? That was Inside Out 2 because Inside Out 1 had done well. It's been a long time since Pixar had a new win. A movie that was fresh, that wasn't a spin-off or a sequel of a previous Pixar movie that actually made hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, maybe it's because there's so many other companies doing CGI right now. They're not the only one in the game like they were when Toy Story first came out. Or maybe it's the fact that they're just not inventive anymore. Elemental, is it really all that much different from Inside Out? Or Cars? Or Toy Story? It's pretty much your one-note thing. Ironically, Elio was actually something completely different about a kid wanting to go to space, but apparently it wasn't enough to get people to get off their butts and go into the theaters. Or it's the fact that How to Train Your Dragon came out last week, and people already have a much better family movie to take their kids to. The thing is that Disney only had about 4 to 5 children's movies coming out this year. Why they had to have this one go right up against How to Train Your Dragon, I'll never know. I'm sure there's a producer and an executive and a few people at Disney that are all yelling at each other right now. Why they chose this week, they could have waited a few months, go up against something stupid like Trolls, and you might have made more money. Nonetheless, Elio is just an example of how Pixar is falling apart. No longer the guaranteed win that they always used to be. So incoming more and more and more sequels of Pixar movies that have been good. Because these new ones, these ones with novel plot lines, they continue to fail. So Incredibles 4 will be out soon enough once Incredibles 3 is done. Toy Story 6 and 7, I'm sure, are in early development. Inside Out 3 is coming sooner than you think. So thank you to the people who made Elio for at least trying to make something new. Unfortunately, no one wanted to see it. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to click that subscribe button and check out those videos on screen now.